There comes a moment in every loyal person's life when something inside them breaks. Not breaks like glass that shatters into pieces, but breaks like chains that have held them back for far too long. You see, when you push a loyal Sigma too far, when you take their dedication for granted, when you mistake their silence for weakness, when you assume their patience is unlimited, something awakens. Something powerful, something that has been sleeping, waiting, gathering strength in the depths of their soul. Today I want to talk to you about that awakening, that moment when the person who has given everything, who has been faithful, who has stood by you through storms and sunshine, finally says enough. Because when that moment comes, when they reach that breaking point, they don't just change, they transform. And that transformation is so complete, so powerful, so undeniable that it shakes the very foundation of everyone who thought they knew them. You think you know loyalty. You think you understand what it means to have someone in your corner who will never leave, never betray, never give up on you. Let me tell you something, that loyalty is not weakness. That dedication is not desperation. That faithfulness is not foolishness. It is strength under control. It is power held in reserve. It is a volcano that appears dormant but burns with intensity beneath the surface. The loyal Sigma is a rare breed. They are the ones who give without expecting. They serve without seeking recognition. They love without conditions. They stand by you when the whole world walks away. They are your biggest supporters when you're winning and your strongest foundation when you're falling. They celebrate your victories as if they were their own and carry your burdens as if they were meant to. These are the people who remember your birthday when you forget theirs, who show up at your door when you need them most, who defend your name when you're not in the room, who see your potential when you can't see it yourself, who believe in your dreams when everyone else calls them impossible, who invest in your success when others bet on your failure. But here's what you need to understand about the loyal Sigma. Their loyalty is not born from neediness. It's not because they have nothing better to do. It's not because they're afraid to be alone. No, their loyalty comes from a place of abundance. They choose to be loyal because they understand the power of commitment. They choose to give because they understand the beauty of generosity. They choose to serve because they understand the strength that comes from lifting others up. The loyal Sigma operates from a different frequency. While others are calculating what they can get, the loyal Sigma is focused on what they can give. While others are looking for shortcuts, the loyal Sigma is building bridges. While others are keeping score, the loyal Sigma is keeping faith. They understand that true power doesn't come from what you can take, but from what you can give. True strength doesn't come from dominating others, but from empowering them. But don't mistake their generosity for stupidity. Don't confuse their patience with weakness. Don't assume their silence means they're not paying attention, because the loyal Sigma sees everything. They notice every slight, every broken promise, every moment they were taken for granted. They remember every time their loyalty was questioned, their efforts were dismissed, their contributions were ignored. They file away every instance of disrespect, every act of ingratitude, every betrayal of trust. There are warning signs before the transformation begins. Subtle changes that most people miss because they're too busy taking advantage of the loyal Sigma's goodness. The first sign is the silence. Not the comfortable silence of someone at peace, but the calculating silence of someone who is processing, evaluating, making decisions. You see, the loyal Sigma stops arguing, they stop explaining themselves, they stop trying to make you understand their worth, they stop fighting for a seat at tables where they're not appreciated, they stop chasing people who don't value their presence, they stop begging for respect from those who should freely give it. The silence isn't surrender, it's strategy. The second sign is the withdrawal. They start pulling back their energy, their time, their resources. They stop going above and beyond. They stop volunteering for extra responsibilities. They stop being available at all hours. They stop dropping everything to help. This isn't laziness, this is redirection. They're redirecting their precious energy toward people and opportunities that value what they bring. The third sign is the evaluation. They start questioning everything. Every relationship, every commitment, every situation where they've been giving more than they're receiving, they start asking themselves hard questions. Why am I here? What am I getting from this? Is this serving my highest good? Am I being valued for who I am, or am I being used for what I can do? The fourth sign is the boundary setting. They start saying no, not rudely, not dramatically, but firmly. They stop being available for every crisis. They stop accepting disrespectful treatment. They stop allowing others to dump their problems on them without reciprocation. They start protecting their peace, their time, their energy, like the precious resources they are. But most people miss these signs because they're comfortable with the loyal Sigma's pattern of giving. They assume the loyalty will continue forever, regardless of how it's treated. They take for granted that the loyal Sigma will always be there, always be understanding, always be forgiving. They don't realize that loyalty without respect is not sustainable. They don't understand that even the most patient person has limits. When the loyal Sigma reaches their breaking point, something profound happens. It's not an explosion, it's an evolution. It's not destruction, it's reconstruction. The person you thought you knew begins to change at the cellular level. Their priorities shift. Their standards elevate. Their tolerance for nonsense evaporates. The transformation begins in the mind. Years of accumulated disappointment, unappreciated efforts, and one-sided relationships crystallize into clarity. The loyal Sigma finally sees the truth they've been avoiding, that their loyalty has been taken advantage of, their generosity has been exploited, their good nature has been manipulated. This realization doesn't make them bitter. They start to understand their own value in a way they never did before. They realize that their loyalty is a gift, not a given. Their time is precious, not unlimited. Their energy is sacred, not disposable. Their presence is a privilege, not a right. This shift in self-perception changes everything about how they operate in the world. The emotional transformation is equally powerful. The loyal Sigma stops carrying other people's emotions. They stop feeling guilty for setting boundaries. They stop apologizing for their standards. They stop feeling responsible for other people's happiness at the expense of their own. They learn to distinguish between their problems and other people's problems, and they stop adopting issues that don't belong to them. Fear begins to dissolve during this transformation. The fear of being alone, the fear of being disliked, the fear of disappointing others, all of these fears lose their power. The loyal Sigma realizes that being alone is better than being undervalued. Being disliked by the wrong people is better than being accepted by those who don't appreciate you. Disappointing others by setting boundaries is better than disappointing yourself by having none. The transformation affects their relationship with themselves first. They start treating themselves with the same kindness they've been showing others. They start protecting themselves with the same energy they've been using to protect others. They start investing in themselves with the same dedication they've been investing in other people's dreams. They become their own best friend instead of their own worst critic. Their relationship with others transforms as well. The loyal Sigma becomes selective about who gets access to their energy. They start surrounding themselves with people who match their energy, who reciprocate their loyalty, who appreciate their efforts. They stop trying to convince people of their worth and start demonstrating it through their actions and standards. When the loyal Sigma completes their transformation, what emerges is extraordinary. It's like watching a butterfly emerge from a cocoon or a phoenix rise from ashes. The person who was once taken for granted becomes impossible to ignore. The one who was once overlooked becomes the center of attention. The one who was once undervalued becomes highly sought after. This new version of the loyal Sigma operates from a position of strength, not need. They don't chase opportunities, opportunities chase them. They don't beg for respect, they command it through their presence. They don't seek validation, they validate themselves through their accomplishments. They don't need approval, they approve of themselves and their choices. The transformed loyal Sigma understands the power of their absence. They realize that sometimes the best way to show people your value is to remove it from their lives. When they stop being constantly available, people suddenly realize how much they were depending on them. When they stop solving everyone's problems, people discover how much they were relying on their wisdom. When they stop being the emotional support for everyone, people understand how much stability they were providing. Their energy changes dramatically. Instead of scattered energy, trying to please everyone, they develop focused energy directed toward their own goals and the people who truly matter. Instead of reactive energy responding to everyone's crises, they develop proactive energy, creating their own opportunities. Instead of depleted energy from constant giving, they develop abundant energy from balanced relationship. The transformed loyal Sigma becomes a magnet for quality people and opportunities. Like attracts like. And when you operate from a place of self-respect and high standards, you attract others who operate from the same place. The relationships they form after transformation are deeper, more meaningful, and more reciprocal than anything they experienced before. Their decision-making process becomes radically different. Every choice is filtered through new criteria. Does this serve my highest good? Does this align with my values? Will this add value to my life? Do these people appreciate what I bring? The loyal Sigma stops making decisions based on guilt, obligation, or the fear of disappointing others. They start making decisions based on wisdom, purpose, and self-respect. The transformed loyal Sigma develops an unshakable confidence that comes from knowing their worth. It's not arrogance, it's assurance. It's not pride, it's self-respect. It's not superiority, it's sovereignty over their own life. They know what they bring to the table, and they're no longer willing to sit at tables where their contribution isn't valued. People start noticing the change immediately. The loyal Sigma carries themselves differently. They speak with more authority. They set boundaries without explanation. They make requests instead of pleas. They state their needs instead of hoping someone will guess them. They walk away from situations that don't serve them without looking back. The transformed loyal Sigma operates with strategic intelligence that surprises everyone who underestimate them. They develop systems and strategies that protect their energy, maximize their impact, and ensure they never return to patterns of being taken advantage of. Their first strategy is selective investment. They become extremely choosy about where they place their time, energy, and resources. Every relationship, every opportunity, every commitment is evaluated based on mutual benefit and genuine appreciation. They stop costing pearls before swine and start investing in people and situations that multiply their efforts rather than drain them. The second strategy is reciprocal relationships. The transformed loyal Sigma establishes a new standard that will match the energy they receive. If someone is consistently unavailable to them, they become unavailable in return. If someone only contacts them when they need something, they limit their availability for such requests. If someone doesn't invest in the relationship, they stop over-investing to compensate. Their third strategy is boundary enforcement. They don't just set boundaries, they enforce them consistently. When someone disregards their time, there are consequences. When someone takes their generosity for granted, the generosity stops. When someone violates their trust, access is restricted. They understand that boundaries without consequences are just suggestion. And the fourth strategy is strategic silence. The transformed loyal Sigma masters the art of not explaining themselves to people who are determined to misunderstand them. They stop trying to convince people of their value through words and start demonstrating it through actions. They let their results speak louder than their explanations. They develop the strategy of selective availability. Instead of being accessible to everyone all the time, they become precious with their presence. People have to earn access to their time and energy. They stop being the person everyone can count on for everything and become the person that quality people can count on for what matters. The transformed loyal Sigma also employs the strategy of peaceful withdrawal. When they recognize toxic patterns, disrespectful treatment, or one-sided relationships, they don't create drama. They simply withdraw their energy. They don't announce their departure. They just stop participating in dynamics that don't serve them. The process of reclaiming your value begins with recognizing it in the first place. Most loyal Sigmas have been so focused on serving others that they've forgotten their own worth. They've been so busy lifting others up that they've neglected to elevate themselves. They've been so concerned with other people's success that they've postponed their own dreams. Reclaiming your value starts with an honest inventory of what you bring to every relationship and situation. Make a list of your qualities, your contributions, your sacrifices, your efforts. See in black and white how much you've been giving and how little you've been receiving in return. This isn't about keeping score for revenge. It's about understanding your worth so you can demand it be recognized. The next step is refusing to accept treatment that doesn't match your value. If you're a person who gives 100%, you should be in relationships with people who also give 100%. If you're someone who shows up consistently, you should surround yourself with people who show up for you. If you're someone who keeps their word, you should only trust people who keep theirs. Reclaiming your value means stopping the pattern of overgiving to underappreciative people. It means ending the cycle of being the one who always initiates contact, always makes plans, always remembers important dates, always provides support. It means creating space for others to step up and show their investment in the relationship. You must learn to articulate your value without apology. Stop minimizing your contributions. Stop downplaying your efforts. Stop accepting treatment that suggests you're not important. Start speaking up about your needs. Start making requests instead of hoping people will volunteer. Start expecting the same energy you give to be returned to you. Reclaiming your value also means investing in yourself with the same energy you've been investing in others. Take the time you've been giving to everyone else's problems and use it to solve your own. Take the money you've been spending on other people's dreams and invest it in your own. Take the emotional energy you've been using to support others and use it to support yourself. When a loyal Sigma transforms and reclaims their value, the impact ripples through every area of their life and affects everyone around them. People who took them for granted suddenly realize what they've lost. Those who didn't appreciate their presence suddenly feel their absence. People who never valued their contributions suddenly understand they're important. The first ripple is the shock wave that goes through their inner circle. Family members, friends, colleagues, and partners who were accustomed to the loyal Sigma's constant availability, endless patience, and unlimited giving suddenly find themselves dealing with boundaries, standards, and expectations. Some people will rise to meet the new standard, while others will complain about the change. The second ripple is the attention the transformed loyal Sigma begins to receive. People who never noticed them before suddenly see their value. Opportunities that weren't available when they were scattered and overgiving begin to present themselves. New relationships with quality people who appreciate their worth start to develop. The third ripple is the elevation of their entire life. When you stop accepting less than you deserve in one area, you automatically raise your standards in all areas. Their career improves because they start advocating for themselves. Their relationships improve because they start requiring reciprocity. Their health improves because they start prioritizing their own well-being. People in their life start to categorize themselves into two groups: those who step up to meet the new standard and those who complain about it. The ones who complain reveal that they were indeed taking advantage of the loyal Sigma's good nature. The ones who step up prove that they truly value the relationship and were perhaps just unaware of the imbalance. The ripple effect extends to future relationships as well. The transformed loyal Sigma attracts different types of people: those who operate from abundance rather than scarcity, those who give as much as they receive, those who appreciate quality and are willing to reciprocate it. Their new energy repels users, takers, and manipulators, while attracting givers, builders, and genuine people. The transformed loyal Sigma doesn't just change their relationships, they rebuild their entire life from the ground up. They create what I call their new kingdom, a life designed around their values, standards, and authentic self, rather than other people's expectations and needs. Building your new kingdom starts with designing your ideal life without the constraints of what others expect from you. What would your life look like if you only said yes to things that truly served your highest good? What would your relationships look like if they were all based on mutual respect and reciprocity? What would your career look like if you were valued for your contributions? What would your daily routine look like if it was designed around your needs rather than everyone else's crises? In your new kingdom, you are the sovereign. You set the rules. You establish the standards. You decide who gets access to your time and energy. You don't govern through force or manipulation, but through the natural authority that comes from self-respect and clear boundaries. People either meet your standards or they don't get to be part of your kingdom. If your new kingdom has immigration policies, not everyone gets to enter. There are requirements for citizenship: respect, reciprocity, reliability, and genuine care. Visitors are welcome, but permanent residence requires proving their value to the community. Those who drain resources, create chaos, or disrespect the culture are not permitted long-term stays. In your new kingdom, your time is treated as the precious resource it is. There are business hours for when you're available to help others, and personal time that is protected and non-negotiable. There are protocols for how people can access your help and systems in place to ensure you're not overwhelmed by constant requests. Your new kingdom has an economy based on mutual benefit. You still give generously, but only to those who appreciate it and reciprocate in some form. The days of one-sided giving are over. Every relationship operates on principles of fairness and balance, even if the contributions look different. The culture of your new kingdom is one of peace, purpose, and prosperity. Drama is not tolerated. Negativity is not welcome. People who want to be part of your world must bring positive energy, constructive attitudes, and genuine care. Those who thrive in chaos and conflict find your kingdom boring and naturally select themselves out. Your new kingdom operates on the principle of excellence rather than perfection. You understand that growth and improvement are ongoing processes, but you refuse to tolerate mediocrity in yourself or others. You set high standards not to punish people, but to inspire them to rise to their highest potential. Those who embrace this culture of excellence find their own lives elevated simply by being in your presence. In your new kingdom, communication is clear and direct. There's no room for passive-aggressive behavior, hidden agendas, or manipulation. People say what they mean and mean what they say. Conflicts are addressed directly and resolved quickly, rather than allowed to fester and poison the environment. This creates a space where trust can flourish and authentic relationships can develop. Your new kingdom has a strong defense system. You've learned to recognize the early warning signs of toxic behavior, energy vampires, and manipulative people. You have strategies in place to protect yourself from those who would try to exploit your transformed nature. You understand that maintaining your new kingdom requires constant vigilance and the courage to enforce your boundaries, even when it's uncomfortable. The legacy of your new kingdom extends beyond your own life. People who experience your transformed energy are inspired to transform their own lives. They see what's possible when someone values themselves and maintains high standards. Your example becomes a beacon for others who are struggling with being taken for granted. Your kingdom becomes a model of what life can look like when you refuse to accept less than you deserve. This is your declaration of independence from the patterns that kept you small, the relationships that drained you, and the treatment that diminished you. This is your commitment to never again accepting less than you deserve, giving more than you receive, or allowing your loyalty to be taken for granted. From this day forward, you will operate as the transformed version of yourself. You will remember your value even when others forget it. You will maintain your standards even when others try to lower them. You will protect your energy even when others try to drain it. You will honor your worth even when others don't recognize it. You will no longer be available for one-sided relationships, disrespectful treatment, or situations that require you to diminish yourself to make others comfortable. You will surround yourself with people who celebrate your wins, support your dreams, and appreciate your heart. You will invest your precious time and energy in opportunities that align with your values and serve your highest good. This transformation is not temporary, it's permanent. You've seen who you are when you value yourself, and there's no going back to accepting less. You've experienced the peace that comes from boundaries, and you will never again live without them. You felt the power of selective relationships, and you'll never again scatter your energy among people who don't deserve it. The loyal Sigma you used to be served their purpose. They taught you about love, service, and dedication, but now you're the evolved version, still loyal, still loving, still generous, but also wise, selective, and protective of your peace. You give from abundance, not desperation. You serve from strength, not weakness. You love from wholeness, not neediness. Your transformation is complete, but your journey is just beginning. Every day moving forward is an opportunity to live your new standard, to demonstrate your worth, and to show the world what happens when someone finally recognizes their own value. You will face moments when old patterns try to resurface, when familiar people try to pull you back into old dynamics, when circumstances test your resolve, but you now have the tools, the wisdom, and the strength to maintain your new standard regardless of external pressure. Your new standard is non-negotiable. It's not up for debate, discussion, or compromise. It's not subject to other people's opinions, feelings, or comfort levels. It's not flexible based on the situation or the person involved. Your worth is constant, your value is fixed, and your standards reflect both. Anyone who wants to be part of your life must respect this reality or find themselves outside your kingdom. This is who you are now. This is how you show up in the world. This is the energy you carry, the presence you project, and the standard you maintain. You are the transformed loyal Sigma, still capable of incredible loyalty, but only to those who prove themselves worthy of it. Still capable of extraordinary love, but only in relationships where it's reciprocated. Still capable of generous service, but only in environments where it's appreciated and valued. This is your new standard. This is who you are now. And anyone who wants to be part of your life must rise to meet it.